Welcome to the channel. I'm Paul. I'm a 55-year-old widower. I lost my husband after he convinced me to sell our home of 23 years in Collingswood, New Jersey, and move us to Long Island's North Shore, to Northport, where he is from. He left me 6 days before our 33rd anniversary and our 8-year wedding anniversary. I am hoping that this vlog will show how I'm trying to make my way with our pups, Kyle and Max, known as the boys. I'm working hard trying to set my sails with the wind behind me and trying to find my second wind. Well, hello everybody. I hope this is coming through okay, and I'm not using any of my mics because I'm cooking and I didn't want any of them to fall into the boys' lunch that I'm making. For any of you who don't know, my name is Paul Stankiewicz. I am 55 years old. I have entered college to finish my bachelor's degree so that I can hopefully get into seminary and become a minister. It's a calling I've heard for a long time and ignored for a long time, but after the death of my husband, I couldn't ignore it anymore. This YouTube channel, My Second Wind, is my attempt to vlog and let people know what's going on, how I'm hoping that I can have a ministry where I can share the struggles I'm going through with trying to recreate my life. My husband and I were together for 33 years. He died 6 days before our 33rd anniversary, our 8-year anniversary. When we got married, I made sure that we got married on January 15th, 2016, because I didn't want to have a second anniversary date. I knew the day that I met my husband that he was mine. And we went through a lot of trials and tribulations over those 33 years. His health being the big thing at the end. But I wanted to start this YouTube channel for anybody out there, no matter what your age, that if you're struggling, if you need help, hopefully I can give you some inspiration to, see things through. A couple of things about me. If you're not in a religion, I may not be the right person for you. I am open to ideas. I love different cultures. I love different religions. And I, work very, very hard to be respectful of everybody. So, but I'm sure I'll talk about God. I'm sure I will talk about faith. I'm sure I will talk about a lot of things in this endeavor. Also, if you don't like politics, I might not be the guy for you. I am a Christian and a screaming liberal, so I don't know. I don't know. But we're going to see how it goes. I'm also using the launch of this YouTube channel for a college course that I'm taking on a communications class. So hopefully this will work out for me. I hope you will join me. Like they always say, like and subscribe. Please make sure you subscribe because we're trying to get to 10 followers. Maybe you can help me. All right, well, that's it for now. I wanted to do an introduction video because I just got done doing what I think is going to be my logo for the channel and wanted to get this uploaded. All right, guys, have a great day. Look at you, sweethearts. Sweethearts! Who's Papa's emotional support animals? Who's Papa's emotional support animals, huh? Alright, so it's Cal Harbor Day. The boys and I are marching with Northport Pride Fest behind the farmers market. This is a big deal in Northport. I have no idea where I'm going to put you guys while I try to get these meatballs done, but that's going to have to do. Let me see. All right, better lighting. Better lighting. And I'm just trying to find safe places to keep everything. This is my sauce that's going. It's sauce now because I have not added meat to it yet. Later, I will refer to it as Sunday gravy. And yes, even people in my family argue, but just as there is different words in Italian for sauce with meat in it, there are in English as well. You know, in American, in English. In American culture as well. And I do call mine gravy because I add meat to it. The base is already in there, sofrito. The sofrito is done. The crushed tomatoes, the sauce, everything is in there with, you know, the spices that we use. I do have to find some bay leaves. I don't have any. I have fresh basil in the backyard, but I did not have fresh bay leaves, and I was not going shopping today. I told myself I was not going to go shopping today. I've got too much stuff to do. So hopefully for the cake for tomorrow for fellowship, I will have everything that I need. I thought I picked it all up, but I am notorious for forgetting a lot of stuff. So it's literally a trait that I get from my mother. Somebody was always running out getting something, and it was usually my stepfather, poor guy. So let's talk about the need that I have to do this. First off, I'm taking a class in college. I know, the oldest college student you ever met in your life. Where we have to grow a social media channel. And I've been wanting to do this for a long time because I do a lot of Facebook Lives. I'm a lonely old gay guy, that's widowed. And in some way it makes me feel like there's people in the house. So, or on my road trips when I drive through Long Island, which people on Long Island don't know how to drive. Everybody will tell you there's very little that I dislike about Long Island, but drivers is one of them. I am from Philadelphia originally, South Jersey, after we bought our house and before we moved here. We lived 21 years in Collingswood, New Jersey, a beautiful historical town. We had the greatest American four-square house with a wraparound front porch, a block from the speed line and a block from downtown. And when my husband became disabled, and then we had COVID, the stairs, he could not navigate the stairs anymore. It was painful for him. He had a infection that he picked up in a hospital in his foot that cost him his 5th metatarsal on his left foot. And that's your pinky toe and the bone that goes back to your heel. and it just got too much for him. Well, during COVID, we all were working from home, and the powers that be at my office, because my husband was immune compromised and I'm a bit of a loudmouth and troublemaker, they say that had nothing to do with it. I don't believe them. They decided that I would be permanently remote because it was working out and I was able to get my job done to some people's satisfaction, not everybody. I had a boss that I just felt was completely unhinged and disrespectful, and whose expectations were anywho. So they made me permanently remote. Well, when they made me permanently remote, my mother-in-law, who was a real estate agent, she decided that, we could move here because my husband was having issues with mobility in our house. And I'm going to be honest, they felt that he had spent too much time, we had spent too much time living near my family. I think they thought that we spent much more time as a family together than we actually did. My husband was notoriously antisocial, just did not like people, and when people would come over our house, like I would literally, because he had the issue, which I think he used to his advantage as he got older, I would have to send guests upstairs because it was too much for him to come downstairs to greet guests. But his family felt that for 30-some years we had lived near my family. We got married on our 25th anniversary, January 15th. 2016 we got married. We met in January of 1991, I think it was. I don't know. I'm very bad at dates and times. It used to get on his nerves all the time. So after they made me permanently remote, my mother-in-law and my husband, unbeknownst to me, started cracking a plan to get me to move to Long Island. And I didn't want to because I grew up poor. I grew up in apartments. My father still lives in the last apartment that I lived in with him before I moved out of the house and moved in with my husband in Philly. We lived in Philly for 9 years before we bought our house, and I got my GED, I got my associate's degree, and I dropped out of Temple because we ran out of money in the course of that 9 years. I was also once appointed to a 7-year term and then elected to a 7-year term as a Democratic committee man. It was not a full term that I was appointed to. Somebody passed away, and I filled in the remainder of their spot, and then I ran myself with a co-committee person, and we both won. Obviously, it's Philadelphia, so not too hard. Yeah. So I was a Democratic committee man. I was born in Bucks County. We lived in Northeast Philadelphia until my parents got divorced. And now this is just going to cook for a lifetime. I have to pause you guys because the next part a lot of people will get upset with, so hold on. I just thought it funny that the weather outside literally suits my mood. I've done a intro to this. I vlogged my marching with Northport Pride Fest in the Cal Harbor Day Parade on Sunday. I have homework that I'm catching up on. I have a ton of work to do because it's the end of the month. But I'm doing my best to keep up. And oh my gosh, look at my hair. I need a hat because I'm not used to my hair being so thin. Oh my God, that looked crazy. All right, anywho, so keep an eye out. I'm going to try to, that's my boys, Kyle and Max. I'm going to try to figure out how to use the editing software, and hopefully this will be out soon. I look forward to seeing all of you. Please make sure that you like and subscribe. I'm really trying to get to 10 followers before the end of the week. Bye.